guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm out of breath, so I'm just trying to catch my breath before I start the video. Anyway, so I'm doing this video today because I wanted to do an update on my trying to have a baby, my IUI journey, and to see how that whole thing is going. So I did IUI number 2 on June, I think it's, yeah, June 18th, 2019. I used donor sperm to achieve this. I did an IUI. I took letrozole 2.5. I took 2 tablets of that, so I took 5 milligrams altogether. I had 1 follicle. My lining, my uterine lining was 5.1. Everything was good. I had only 1 follicle though, and it was they did not check my follicle like right before the IUI, which I would have preferred that they had do that. I say a lot, sorry guys, I say a lot because I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to think about what happened because my memory sucks. So back on, they didn't do a scan just to make sure my follicle had grown to the right size, but he said there was a good follicle in there. So we did the IUI on the 18th. I had to do the 2-week wait, and the 2-week wait, I explained in my other video, it's just like the 2 weeks you have to wait in order for the egg to travel down the fallopian tube and to implant in your uterine cavity, and then for you to start producing HCG, it takes about 2 weeks for that to kick in, and then you can find out whether you're pregnant or not. So I use donor sperm, and I used a different donor sperm than I used previously, just because the person I used the first time, I was kind of unsure about whether to use that person. It's not anybody I knew personally, but I was just unsure. I was like, I don't know, do I want to use that donor sperm, or do I want to use this other donor sperm, which is the one I really wanted to use? So I ended up using it around 2, the donor sperm that I really actually wanted to use. And I was really excited about, you know, getting the sperm in. Now, leading up to the IUI, I was ready for this IUI in February, right? But I had cysts on my ovaries, so I could not get the IUI done. I could not take the medication, so I had to go in every single month for them to check, do an ultrasound and check to see if I still had cysts in my uterus. Excuse me, if I still had cysts. So no, on my ovaries. Uterus or ovaries? No, my ovaries. Okay, so, or my uterus, I don't know. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Did I have cysts on my, I have fibroids in my uterus, but they don't mess up anything. He said they're too small. They don't, or not even that they're too small, they're just not anywhere near where the baby would implant. So yeah, they were in my uterus. Oh my gosh, they're in my uterus. So I had some cysts in my uterus, and I would have to go back every single month to see if they were gone. And every month they were there. Every month they were there. Every single month they were there. I did this for 4 months, well, three months. And the last month he said that the cysts were still there, but that if they weren't producing any hormones, I can go ahead and start my medication. So that month I started my medication, and when I came in for a baseline ultrasound on day 4 of my cycle, he said he thinks that he saw a follicle. Now, anybody who has used donor sperm knows that it's so expensive to buy donor sperm, so I didn't want to go ahead with the IUI because I wanted to be a for sure follicle, and I think it's a follicle, you know what I mean? Like, just for it not to work, and then I have to buy more sperm the next month. So I was like, he's like, oh, I think there's a follicle there. And I was like, I don't know if I want to continue on with this cycle and do the IUI this cycle, because I want there to be for sure a follicle that you can look on there and say, yeah, definitely that's a follicle, it's a good size, and we can do something with that. So that month, so we skipped that month, so that would be the 4th month. We finally came to June. Now, when he checked me in June, right before my IUI, so maybe about a week before my IUI, or 2 weeks, you know, so he's seen a follicle there, and he said it was the right size for that time frame. And he told me that like in 2 days after that follicle scan, I would take my my Albuterol shot to make sure I ovulated, and then after that I would go ahead and get the IUI that following Tuesday. So I took the Albuterol shot so I went to see them on Thursday. That Sunday I took the Albuterol shot, and then at 9:30 at night, and then that Tuesday I did the IUI. And I waited 2 weeks. I was so anxious, like, but I tried to stay as calm as possible because, you know, it's torture. It is really torture to sit there and have to wait to find out if your dreams came true, if you're pregnant. You know, it's a hard thing to do. Like, some people test every day, and then me, I opted to test out my trigger. But for the first 3 or 4 days, I'm like, the trigger's not going to be gone. So I held tight, and I did not test. I didn't, you know, do a pregnancy test. But I think around day 6, 7, and 8, and then I started back again day 10, trying to test out my trigger to make sure it went away. It finally went away day 10 post trigger, which was day 8 post IUI. And I was just so nervous leading up to my pregnancy test, because it's a lot riding on this, you know what I mean? It's a lot to want something so bad that you're gonna go to a doctor, and it's a lot to have to go to a fertility specialist because you're not able to conceive on your own, whether it is because you don't have a partner or because there's something wrong. In my case, it's both. I don't necessarily have anything wrong, like, with my reproductive system within itself, but my, like, you know, my tubes aren't blocked and things like that. I don't have any scarring or anything like that, but it's like my body just doesn't ovulate on its own, which is a hormone issue. I have what they say PCOS, or I call it PCOS, or a lot of people call it PCOS. So my body does not ovulate on its own, so it'll be very hard for me to get pregnant on my own unless my body just decides to ovulate. So I have to go to a fertility doctor, and it's pricey. It costs a lot of money. Even though I do go through the VA, I still have to pay for, you know, sperm wash. I still have to pay for my own sperm. I don't have, you know, just an endless supply of sperm that I can have. Like, I really do want a kid. I do want children. I do want a family. Like, that's something that's very important to me. I grew up with a big family, so it's really important that I have a family. I just turned 30 in May, and I do feel like my time is running out. I feel like I won't have another opportunity to have a kid. Like, I know I'm being pretty dramatic right now, but I want to have a kid with my husband if I ever get married, but I don't have anybody that I am even considering marrying. I'm not even dating anyone right now, so it's like I have to wait years and years and years and then have kids, and by that time I'll be 34. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of things run through your mind, and, you know, I'm just like, okay, and I don't want just to have a baby with anybody, you know, I don't know. These are just decisions you make for yourself because you feel like it's the best decision for you. And so it's a hard thing going to a fertility clinic. Of course, some people have a lot more severe issues, and it's just a hard thing going to a clinic and having to ask for help with something that you should be able to control on your own. And so it's just a nerve-wracking time. So when you take that pregnancy test and it either says yes or no, it can be heartbreaking. It can be shattering. So I went and I took my pregnancy test yesterday. I'm supposed to take it today. I was supposed to take it today, but I took it yesterday, and it was a negative. I got a big fat negative on the pregnancy test. And I also started my cycle yesterday as well. Now, I was so disappointed, but in my mind, I was telling myself it didn't work. It wasn't working anyways. You know what I mean? Like, this whole time I was telling myself it didn't work. I hope it works. I really hope it works. But it's easier to set myself up to feel like, okay, well, I hope it works, but I don't think it did. So it's less disappointing. But it's extremely disappointing because I've invested in this. You know what I mean? I invested in this. I put my all into this. I really have tried and done everything that I think I could do to make this work, but this is the second IUI and I am not pregnant, and I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna have to just either, because it's expensive to buy sperm. Like, it's expensive. Like, if you're supposed to do this every month until you get pregnant. I think your doctor probably does it 3 times and then discuss some, you know, other options, or the VA will pay for 6 times, but like I have to buy it every time. So sperm can range from around almost $1,000, and that's not including shipping, depending on the site you go to. Now there's also some sites that are a little bit cheaper that run around $600 and something, but if you know, if you do that every single month, it takes a toll, and that's just not, you know, where the cost stops. So I'm fortunate enough not to have to pay actually for IUI, and I know a lot of people have to pay out of pocket for all of the expenses, but the VA does pay for the actual IUI, but I do have to pay for everything else. So and it's just me, it's just one income, and you know, I have my house, I have other, you know, my car, I have all these other types of expenses. And I know of course the baby's expensive, but you can work your schedule, not your schedule, but you can work with finances for a child. But like having to have thousands of dollars come out every single month for fertility treatment, then turn around and have your baby, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of money for me specifically. Like, it's not like I'm giving up. Oops. It's not like I'm giving up. It's just that maybe this is just not my time to have a kid. Maybe it's not the right time. I'm still gonna save up to see if I can, you know, try around 3, but I'm just gonna try and like lose my weight, just focus on my goals and stuff. Like, number 1 thing is lose this weight. I want to lose 80-90 pounds. I need to lose 80-90 pounds. Like, I feel defeated right now, but I know that I want to be a mom more than anything, and it will happen for me one of these days. I know kids are difficult. My sister has 5 kids, and I am always with her kids, but it's not the same as being a mom, and that is something that I value more than anything. I want to be a mom, but if I have to wait in order for that to happen, then I will, and it's just something that I have to do. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I really appreciate you guys if you guys would like and subscribe to my channel. And like, I'm about to cry right now, so I feel a little awkward, but like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys when I do another video. Bye.